Good morning, good morning, good morning, YouTube. This is your boy Lascel, the M.B.A. coming back at you today with a brand new video. This video is titled, How Overvaluing Your Connection with Someone Will Kill Your Relationship. We're going to get into that in a second because a lot of us need to know this. A lot of us, I wish I would have known it early on. It would have saved me a lot of grief and probably would have spared a lot of relationships. But before we get started, again, like any other time, please hit the like button, smash that subscribe button, follow what we're doing so that you don't miss any videos. And if this resonates with you or you know somebody who's dealing with this or doing a little bit too much, please feel free to share it. We want the messages to get out to whoever it has to go to. So the thing of it is this, right? Everybody's met somebody and they felt the connection was crazy. They felt that they met their soulmate. They felt they might have met their husband/wife. And because of that, they put them people in a category. All right. So we all kind of categorize people, whether it's early on or maybe a little bit later on. What we tend to do is we tend to meet somebody, and whether it's attractiveness, yeah, I'm gonna smash that. Or if it's like, you see that person and your heart skips a little bit of a beat and you're like, I could love this person. Sometimes what we do is we have a tendency to overvalue people. All right. And there's some things that we really have to understand about overvaluing. Overvaluing can destroy anything, any possibilities that we have, because what it does is it sometimes put pressure on the person that may like you. And they're just, hey, I'm attracted to this person. I'm really liking their vibe, but you're coming on too strong, if that makes any sense to you. So we're going to get into some of the things that actually leads to overvaluation and can kill your relationship. The first thing we're going to touch on is you have to realize, and to make that assessment of this person, the reality of the person versus the image of that person. Okay, so this is the thing. When you overvalue somebody, usually it's an image you have in your mind. These people can live up to that image, but a lot of time when it's overvaluation, they're not living up to that image. And it's not a bad thing on their part. It's something that we have to do internally. I'm guilty of doing this. Believe me, I have seen some women and really wanted certain things with them. And because of that, what happened was the image in my mind became bigger than their reality. In your mind, you're like, this person is so caring, so loving, so this, that, and the third. The reality is that they're giving you ho-hum shit at best. All right. So one thing we want to do is if we feel like this, if we are very caught up in this person, one thing you definitely want to do is look at your image of them. Look at your image of what they can be, and then look at what they're giving you. Okay? That will be a very distinct way of telling if that person is somebody that you're overvaluing, and if you're about to kill your relationship, because you're really sitting back, excuse me, you're really sitting back and you're making this person something. You're trying to fit somebody into something that they may not fit in. Okay? The second thing that you might want to do, if you feel that you're overvaluing this person after you do step one, is you want to remove that pedestal. Okay? When we put people on a pedestal, we treat them different. All right. And a pedestal is not just, oh, this person is elevated and they're flawless in my mind. What a pedestal could be, a pedestal could be a lot of things. Think of it like when you talk to somebody who you have a lot of respect for. When you talk to somebody who's in a position where you have to give them a certain amount of respect. Think about your boss. Think about, your pastor. Think about your religious leader or guru. These people, when you speak to them, you kind of change the way you speak to them. You may not come to them with certain things. If you're a chick, you might not, when you talk to your homegirls, you might be like, bitch, what's up, bitch? This, that. You're not going to talk to your pastor like that. How you doing, miss? How you doing, first lady? How you doing, first? You might kind of calm that shit down a little bit. When you put somebody on a pedestal, in essence, what I'm saying is when you put people on pedestals, sometimes you're not being the full you. You're not giving them who you are. And for any relationship or any connection to work, a person has to be comfortable with you. So if you're not being you, the next step is to remove that pedestal. Okay? The third thing, and that goes into that, is give yourself a time limit to show your intent. Now, this is big for men and women. It's not a gender thing. This is the thing you have to understand, and this is what this means. Sometimes when we meet somebody, right, we run across this person and they have baggage for a relationship that didn't work. Obviously, if they're entertaining you and they're getting to know you, something they're single, something that they had before did not work. And a lot of times people come out of relationships where they might have been abusive. A lot of times people are bringing baggage from past relationships where they haven't really gotten over certain things. And then, of course, let's call it what it is. In today's dating pool, you have so many people that are full of shit. They come in telling you what they are about, and this is how I really get down, and yada, yada, yada. And then we find out a month in that this person's full of shit, right? So sometimes to differentiate ourselves, we show our intent. We put our best foot forward. Some people call it being your representative. It's not so much being your representative, it's telling people or showing people, not telling them, but with action, what we're about. So you're trying to make sure you're going above and beyond, right? When you overvalue people, sometimes that goes a little longer than it should have, all right? So once you establish that maybe you're really into this person, maybe you're going a little too far, you need to put a time limit on your intent of putting your best foot forward. Not saying that you're going to be an asshole after that or be a bitch after that, but when you showing people that this is who I really am, and you're building up that equity in that relationship, set a time limit for it, because you don't want to keep on allowing people to. It goes from, okay, I've shown who I am, to now people are abusing you. And that's how a lot of men wind up in that friend zone or wind up in that area where, hey, he's always available for me, so I'm going to keep on using that. Everybody's intentions are not yours. All right? And if you're overvaluing this connection, sometimes what you have to realize is that person may not value that shit the same way, and you have to understand their intentions. Fourth thing that you can use when you're overvaluing a connection. And this goes back to all three things. I love this one. Fellas, if you're dealing with a bitch, or dealing with a chick, tell that bitch no. You want to know exactly who a person is? Tell them no. Guarantee you'll see who that person is. There's a lot of people that when you're dealing with them and you're putting that best foot forward, they'll see how far you'll go. And it's the same thing with women. If a dude is getting a lot of your time, of your attention, you're catering to him, tell that motherfucker no. See if he still sticks around. See if he's still that charming, happy-go-lucky person. Tell him no and see what he does. That's like putting fire, to a fire to a moth, or fire to behind a piece of paper. You'll see what comes up after it. Okay? And the last thing that will reveal whether you're overvaluing someone or overvaluing a connection is remove them from your intention. What does that mean? Okay, so like I said, when you see somebody and you get that, that feeling that you're putting them up on a pedestal, you may not recognize it, but you know where this person fits in your life. Fellas, it might be that chick who, she's gorgeous and she's about her business. She's a wife. She's this and the third. That bitch ain't justified herself being no wife. Or it could be just like that with a woman. Women see him, he has his own place. He's doing well. He's so educated. He does this. He's a husband. That motherfucker ain't showed you he was no husband. Because at the end of the day, he has to do certain things for you. Just because a man has money does not mean he will spend it on you. Just because a woman has all the sexiness in the world don't mean she will fuck you. Don't mean that she's there for you. Just because a woman can cook don't mean she'll cook for you. Don't mean that she'll clean for you. It don't mean none of that. Just because she can do it don't mean that she will be moved to do it. So what you might want to do is remove that person from that intention. Take away the wife or take away from the girlfriend type of situation from that woman and just get to know that woman. Or assess that woman based on what she's doing, how she's involving you, how she's interacting with you. If you do that and they don't live up to that title, you definitely are overvaluing that connection. All right? Now, does that mean that these people are innately pieces of shit? No. Sometimes what that means is you just have to back it up a little bit and take it from where it is. There's an old saying, sometimes you got to meet people where they're at. They could have the potential to be all those things, absolutely. But you have to meet these people where they're at. Don't put pressure on them, because it's not just about your perception of them, it's their perception of you. You're putting pressure on people. Damn, I just met this dude and he's talking about he's trying to do this automatically. That makes people look at you kind of strange. I just met this chick and she's trying to do this with me and she's trusting me to do this. Damn, she might be a hoe. So we want to slow these things down, right? And some of the tips that we can, because listen, I'm like I said before, I'm not immune to this shit. I've done this and fucked up quite a few connections that could have been somewhere, right? Could have went somewhere, because you get over eager, you get over anxious. You see somebody and you don't want them to, or you want to snatch them up before somebody else can get them, right? You want to show them the intent, show them that you're serious about your intentions, right? So what can you do? First thing, let the motherfuckers breathe, all right? Let them breathe. Let them do what they do. Let them make that intention known to you. Let them come to that epiphany where they figure that of the options I have or of the people I know, this is the connection. This is where I want to be, right? That's the first thing. It's going to be kind of hard because you want to talk to them. You want to be around them every day. But let them breathe. Second thing you might want to do, and this coincides it, but it's a little bit different. Give them space. But that's my video for today. Again, this is your boy Lascel, the M.B.A, coming at you again. Listen, again, don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. Don't forget to subscribe. Share this information with somebody who that you may need, may feel needs it. And I'm going to be back at you soon with another video. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching. Holla at me.